You've had blood work done. Your blood sugar is normal. Your doctor is pleased. And you're reassured too. But let me ask you something. Have you ever been tested for insulin? Not blood sugar, insulin. Because those are two different things. And while one number stays silent, the other may be telling a story that started years ago. Last time we talked about uric acid, and we found that behind gout, high blood pressure, and a whole range of other conditions, there is one common mechanism: chronically elevated insulin. Today we're going to look at what that means and why it may matter to you, even if your blood sugar is perfectly normal. Insulin is a hormone produced by the pancreas. Its job is simple. You eat, your blood sugar rises, insulin is released. It helps glucose get into your cells, and blood sugar returns to normal. The system did its job. Insulin comes back down. Everything makes sense. The problem begins when insulin stops coming back down, when it remains elevated, even while fasting, even between meals. This is called hyperinsulinemia, a complicated word for a simple idea: too much insulin in the bloodstream for too long. And this is where the story becomes more interesting than it first appears. When your cells begin responding less effectively to insulin, that's called insulin resistance. The pancreas responds logically. It releases more insulin. Blood sugar remains normal. The lab results look good. Your doctor tells you everything is fine, but the pancreas is already working itself to exhaustion. Research shows that this state can last anywhere from 10 to 20 years before blood sugar finally starts to rise. And it is during these years, while test results still appear normal, that most of the damage occurs. So what is happening during all that time? 4 things worth knowing. First, fat burning is suppressed. Insulin is a storage hormone. As long as insulin remains elevated, the body stays locked in storage mode, even when you're in a calorie deficit. Second, blood pressure rises. Insulin causes the kidneys to retain sodium. The result is hypertension that gets treated with medication while the underlying cause remains untouched. Third, growth hormone is suppressed, the very hormone responsible for tissue repair, sleep quality, and maintaining muscle mass. The more frequent and the higher your insulin spikes, the less growth hormone you have. Fourth, biologically active testosterone declines in men. There is a protein in the blood called SHBG. It literally binds testosterone and prevents it from reaching cells. Insulin increases this protein. Your lab result may still look normal, but you feel tired, your libido drops, your energy is low, and you're told everything looks fine. How do you see any of this? There is one test. It's called fasting insulin, not fasting blood sugar, not HbA1c, which shows your average blood sugar over the past 3 months. Fasting insulin is a separate test. It's rarely ordered, but it often tells a much bigger story. Normal fasting values are roughly between 3 and 6 micro-international units per milliliter. Above that, it's already a signal, even when blood sugar is normal. There is also the HOMA index, which takes both insulin and glucose into account. But the starting point is the same. Ask your doctor to include fasting insulin in your next blood test. So, normal blood sugar does not mean normal insulin. These are two different stories. And while one appears silent, the other may have been unfolding for years. Next time, we'll talk about how elevated insulin is connected to blood pressure and why blood pressure medication sometimes doesn't work without understanding this part of the story. If this was useful, subscribe. More coming on what science actually knows about our bodies and what we're rarely told.